My name is Anthony, and I am the president to kick us off for the GBM. Again, please keep your cameras on, but as you may have heard, we are recording the Zoom and we'll be posting it on our YouTube. So if you mind being on camera and on the recording, then you can turn it off. It's completely fine, no worries. So as we have said in our announcements, this first GBM will be in a form of an interest meeting. We understand that a lot of you may be freshmen or just new to pre-law and want to learn more about PLHS. So that's exactly what this GBM is about. We will be going over eBoard, introducing ourselves, going over PLHS, what we're about, the benefits you get from being a PLHS member, some exciting speakers we have for the semester, and then we'll turn it to our directors, which we have 10 director duos, each of them covering a different part of pre-law, but also just standards of a regular college organization because we care about your well-being. And again, you guys are all college students above all else. And then we'll turn the floor to you guys, to our new and returning members for Q&A in case you guys have any questions about the club, but also about pre-law, tips, advice that you guys want to hear. And yeah. So as I mentioned, the executive board for this year is me, Anthony Skill, president, and then our vice president, Megan, treasurer, Michaela, and secretary, Brianna. We'll each take turns introducing ourselves. So I'll go first. My name is Anthony. I'm a senior, double majoring in history and economics and minoring in Latin American studies. I joined PLHS my sophomore year in the fall, and I was director of law-related affairs before being president. And when I joined PLHS, I instantly loved it. I stayed with PLHS for about 2 years, and I've met so many people. I've networked, I've made friends, and yeah. And what interests me about the law is that I'm very interested in intellectual property. So if you guys have any questions on that, please message me. I would love to talk about it. And I recently took my LSAT in August. So if you guys have questions about that, you can feel free to reach out as well. But I'll pass it down to Megan, our vice president.
Thank you, Anthony. So as he mentioned, my name is Megan. I am the vice president for this fall and spring semester, and I'm really excited. I'm a business administration pre-law specialization major. I'm a fourth year, and I spent my summer also studying for the LSAT. Going to take it again in October. So if you have any questions about that, I can't answer them, unfortunately. I joined Pre-Legal Honor Society my sophomore year spring, and I thought it was too late to get involved, and I made that mistake. It never was. Even if you're a junior or a senior, it's not too late to get involved, whether it's majorly or minorly, it's whatever you make it. So I'm really excited for this upcoming semester and all the speakers we have planned.
Hi everyone, my name is Michaela. I am the treasurer this year. I'm a fourth year majoring in political science and business administration on the pre-law track. And I have been in PLHS since my fall of freshman year, so I've been here for a while. And I started out as a member like most of you guys, and then I worked my way to the fundraising directorship and then made my way to the executive board as treasurer. I've been treasurer last year and I'm treasurer this year, which I'm really thankful for. So if you guys have any questions about PLHS, the LSAT, anything pre-law related, feel free to ask me. I'm open to helping all of you guys, and I look forward to a great semester.
Hi everyone, my name is Brianna and I am the secretary for this year. I am a fourth year political science and public relations double major. And I am also studying for the LSAT. So if you guys have any questions about that, please let me know. I've been in PLHS since the fall of my freshman year, just like Michaela. And just like her, I worked my way up in PLHS. So I started as just a regular member, and then I became the special events director. And then last year I was the PR director. And this year now I'm the secretary. So there's a lot of opportunity to move up, and it's never too late, like Megan said, to get involved.
All right. kind of like what I touched upon before, you get so many benefits from a PLHS member, from networking to other things, but a part of that is a test master's discount for the LSAT. So for those of you who may have just started getting to pre-law, or maybe you started getting to LSAT studying, you may come across several resources online or what you hear about from other students and friends about how to study for the LSAT. And one of those resources are prep courses. These are usually different companies, different instructors who try to help out students that want to take the LSAT. And it can vary from videos to live classes. And there's several companies out there. However, as a PLHS member, you get insider information as well as just a connection with Test Masters. And Test Masters is a company that we worked with for several years now. They love us. They love hearing about PLHS. Later on in the semester, if you stay active and come to several of our events, you are going to come across Test Masters multiple times, as well as our GBM later in the semester with Test Masters as we take on the LSAT, practice some test questions. And as I mentioned, you do get those discounts. So for some LSAT courses that cost around $2,000, some of the discounts that Testmaster gives us as being PLHS is that $400 discount for in-person as well as Zoom classes, and then $200 off for those asynchronous classes, which are basically you do the course on your own pace. And if you are interested in this discount and you're an active member, then you can fill out the form pinned on our Facebook. And above all of that, we do offer a scholarship every semester. So let's say you come to several of our GBMs, you come to several of our events, and you rack up those points, because every GBM, every event has points given to those who attend. And by the end of the semester, you end up having the most points, which makes you the most active member in PLHS. It's a big deal. We announce it at our end of semester banquets. But essentially, that scholarship is that if you get it, whatever course you decide to take, whether it's in person, online, or asynchronous, it's completely on the house. You don't have to pay any money out of pocket, which is really useful, especially for LSAT, because it can be very expensive at times. And again, like I mentioned, our LSAT workshop with Test Masters is near the end of November, actually mid-November. And this is usually where we work with someone from Test Masters. They talk about the LSAT, and we do some practice questions. So it's really cool. It's a really good resource. I highly suggest you guys stay and use that as much as you can.
So on top of all of that, we have other benefits that are included in your membership, which are the different networking opportunities that are available with our speakers and members. We also give advice on applying to law school, which I know many of you are in the process of doing right now, including myself. You also have access to various internship and involvement opportunities. With these, we send out opportunities in our GroupMe and encourage others to share any opportunities that could be useful for everyone. And moving along, seniors, if you are graduating this semester, graduation cores are included in your membership. So please feel free to email me for a graduation cord or send me a message through GroupMe, and I will reach back to you, letting you know what to do and what the next steps are. Finally, dues include all activities throughout the semester. Every member can take the advantage of our several events each month, and you will hear about those soon. Also, a question you guys may have is, how do you become a member? So you must pay your dues by September 25th, which is our third GBM. New members pay $35. Each semester after the first, each member will pay a $20 fee. If you're a returning member but was inactive the semester prior, then you will need to pay $25. All payments are to be made through Venmo at UFPLHS 2024-25 or through Zelle at ufprelegal@gmail.com. And the second requirement is that you need to earn the required amount of points to be considered an active member. Directors must earn 60 points and members must earn at least 40 points. Also, you must attend 3 GBMs to be considered an active member. And then, as I mentioned, dues are made through Venmo and Zelle. So here are the QR codes for those. I'm going to give everyone a minute to get that. I will also be sending it out in the group me, just so that in case anyone doesn't get it right now, you will have availability to it later. Again, new members pay $35, returning active members pay $20, and new or inactive members pay $25. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I will now pass it on to Brianna.
Hey everyone. So, like it's been mentioned a couple of times, you guys will have to earn points in order to stay an active member. So you will do those or do that by attending several different things. So the general body meeting that you're attending tonight will be 5 points, and you'll get 5 points for every general body meeting that you do attend. We also have a requirement that you'll need to attend 3 GBMs during the semester. In addition, we also have director events, which we will get into a little bit later in this meeting. So in-person director events will be 4 points for each one that you go to. Zoom director events, which are normally on the PLHS Zoom, will be 2 points. Special events, which are our retreats and banquets, will be 5 points. And the point spreadsheet will be found on the Facebook. It's already pinned up there for you guys. It'll be pinned in the group me as well later. And I believe it's on the Instagram. But if it's not, I will get that up there so you guys can look at it. I'll be updating it periodically as attendance is submitted to me. So just be on the lookout. It'll say, you know, what events have already been put in, the latest on when the spreadsheet was updated, and what still needs to be added to it. Also, to see what's going on with PLHS, we do have a Google Calendar that you guys can join. So if you go into your Google Calendar and hit other calendars, you can add us at ufprelegal@gmail.com, and it'll add the calendar to your calendar so you can stay up to date on all the events happening. And I will also send out a link to the calendar in the group me.
Okay, so this is a list of our general body meetings for this fall. There's going to be 7 in total. Obviously, we're in general body meeting 1, which is the information session, just to get you all prepared for this upcoming semester. But I'm really excited to announce the rest of the speakers for this upcoming semester. They're amazing. They're in a variety types of law, because that was something that I really wanted to prioritize for our members, because I know there's a lot of different interests in all of our members. So we're going to start the semester with some representatives from the injunction team at Peaceful Paths. Their paralegal, Laura Levin, is hoping to come, but definitely Brittany Melvin and Alex Bernier. They're awesome. They do so much for the community. They are constantly in the civil courthouse downtown. There's a lot to learn from them and a lot of networking opportunities. Next, David Margulies is going to be our hybrid Zoom hybrid, also in-person meeting. He's a criminal prosecutor for Alachua County. He is awesome and a great speaker, so you do not want to miss that one. Next, we have Anouk Nue. She's an environmental lawyer for Bracewell, which is going to be super exciting. She also clerked for a judge at the district level, and she has a lot of insight into clerking if that's something you're interested in. Stefan Malkoon is in entertainment law. He lives and operates in Los Angeles for Manet. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but he does a lot of stuff in the entertainment industry, so like movies, intellectual property, copyright law, stuff like that. He's working with actors and actresses, super cool. Rachel Gezersay, corporate attorney, networking expert. She has so many qualifications and has a lot of insight for undergraduate students on networking and getting yourselves in those positions for getting those jobs once you're in graduate school and all that. She has a book that she wrote too on that exact thing. And then last but not least, our Test Masters workshop. And we are very excited for our sponsored LSAT partnership to come and help y'all with your LSAT prep. So those are our GBM speakers for this upcoming semester. Be excited, try to show up to as many as possible. They're a great resource.
So for our social media, and if you want to stay updated with what PLHS is doing, our Instagram is at UFPLHS. We also have a website. So all of the links that we've been talking about are also on the website, and there's a gallery so you can kind of see what we've done in the past. And any of this information that we've been speaking about is also on there. So you know, how to stay an active member, what are the dues, how many points you need, all of that is on the website. Our Facebook is University of Florida Pre-Legal Honor Society, and we do update that as well pretty regularly. So be sure to stay tuned into that. The GroupMe, we do have the QR code. It's the top one in the right corner. So if you want to give that a scan to join our GroupMe so that you're never out of date with our announcements, you're free to do that. And underneath that is also the Instagram QR code. So if you want to do that now so that you're following us, feel free to do that.
And now we're just going to hear from some of our director duos, each of them speaking on a little bit about their position and what they've done about in the past and what we expect to see from them in the future. And we're just going to each call on our respective directors. So starting off strong, community service.
Hi everyone, my name is Susan and I'm one of the community service directors. I had the privilege of being one of the directors alongside Megan last spring, and I'm really excited to continue it for this year. We have a lot of exciting things for community service starting even in September. So me and my co-director are just going to give you guys a little preview of some of the events that we have planned. On Thursday, September 26th, we're going to volunteer with Giving Garden, which is a nonprofit in Alachua County that combats food insecurity by cultivating their own foods, so fruits, vegetables, and everything to give to the community. So PLHS is going to be partnering with them. And if you're new to PLHS, the model of community service is finding places both off campus and on campus to help Gainesville communities. So whether that's UF community or just the broader public, we fight for a lot of different causes and we give our time and resources to help them. So if any of you are affiliated with any nonprofit organizations or organizations on campus or just have any ideas for the ways that we can help, please just let me or my co-director know and we'd be happy to look into them. But I'm going to pass the mic over to her now to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Maya. I'm Susan's co-director for community service, and I'm a second year and I've been in PLHS since my fall semester of freshman year. And so our second idea for this month, or actually September's community service event, is a campus cleanup event. We had one last year and I went and it was really fun. I really liked it. And yeah, it's a good way to meet other members of PLHS as well as do something good for the community and keep our campus clean.
All right, thank you, community service. Now we'll move on to diversity.
Hi everyone, my name's Kirby. I'm a senior and I've been in PLHS since my freshman year. This is my second year as your diversity director. And some of the fun events we kind of do are like Jeopardy, bingo, a lot of craft events where we kind of like have something fun to do while also learning about something diversity related and also law related within PLHS and like on campus as well. And for our September event, one of the events we have planned is for Hispanic Heritage Month. We'll be doing a craft event and we'll be partnering with Chispas for this event, which is another on-campus organization which is focused on immigration and activism. The event will take place on September 17th from 3:30 to 4:30 in Plaza of the Americas. We'll be crafting tissue paper flowers and having some snacks available as well, and just getting to know everyone since it's the start of the semester. We'll be setting up more details in the group me once it comes close to the event time. And my diversity co-director, Medina, can tell you more about our other event for September.
Hi, I'm Medina. This is my first time as a director, but I started in the fall. So Kirby's kind of leading me along here. But we're gonna be having an event on September 11th. It's kind of like a cultural speed friending thing. There's gonna be prompts, donuts, and a prize. So please come. It'll be super fun and it's a great way to meet people. So yeah.
Thank you, diversity. And now fundraising.
Hi guys, my name's Drew. I'm a senior. I've been in PLHS since my freshman year, and this is actually my third year as the fundraising director, so I have a good bit of experience. So a lot of our fundraising events are kind of restaurant fundraisers or merchandise, but we are hoping to implement some new ideas this year to keep it kind of fun for you all and to make sure that you guys can earn your points in a fun and exciting way. So our first event for this semester is going to be a Blaze Pizza fundraiser. It's actually next week on Thursday, September 5th, and it's going to be from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Blaze Pizza on Archer Road. There's going to be a lot more information about how to kind of earn your points in the group chat just to make it easier for everyone. Check the group me and Facebook, and we'll send out a flyer and reminders. And now for my co-director, Arthur.
Hi everyone, my name is Arthur Young. I'm a business admin student going into my senior year, minoring in the AI track through Innovation Academy. I also look forward to bringing the creative fundraisers, and I've been part of PLHS since my freshman year, but this is my first time directing, so I'm pretty much just following whatever Drew says and listening to him for advice. And besides the Blaze Pizza fundraiser, in September, we're also planning on a professional headshots sort of event that goes on leading up to the career week. That's September 23rd through 27th.
Thank you, fundraising. And now for internal affairs.
Hey guys, my name's Raquel. I've been on PLHS since my sophomore year. It's my second year being the internal affairs director. So I'm excited to be here again. We have some themed events planned for the whole year, but also like other directors have been saying, we'll keep it adding some new ones to keep it fun. But that being said, our first event will be coming up at the start of September. It'll just be a cute little grab and go breakfast, kind of get to know you back to school kind of thing. Coffee and donuts, bagels, stuff like that. So you can grab on the way to your class and things like that, and just kind of get to meet each other as we start the year. And then I'm going to hand it off to the other director to talk more about what we're doing for the rest of September.
Hi guys, my name's Lexi. This is my second semester in PLHS. Yeah, so these events are a super great way to get to know people, especially like if you're a freshman and new to everything, but obviously every member is welcome. Yeah, and keep your eyes in the group me because later on in September, we want to do like a bowling event or something that's super stress-free, but super fun and engaging. So yeah, keep your eyes in the group me for bigger events coming up.
Thank you, internal affairs. And now mental health and wellness.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm one of the health and wellness directors. I joined PLHS last year, and this is my first year as a director. Previously, in the past, we were intramurals, so it was a little bit more focused on like sports and like active things like that. But this year, we are trying to like shift the focus into like both physical and mental wellness and well-being. So one of the events that we're going to do in September is cycling at the Student Rec Center. We're planning on doing it September 25th, which is a Wednesday at 3:30. It'll be like a 45-minute class. We'll have an instructor come and like teach the class, so it should be a lot of fun. And my co-director, Paulo, will tell you about our other event.
Hi guys, I'm Paulo Romano. I'm a second year studying economics, and I am also a mental health and wellness director with Emily. In addition to the rec center event that Emily described, we're also planning an informational Zoom on health and wellness at 5 o'clock on September 12th. And we're just kind of going over resources on campus and discuss information about mental health and wellness at UF. So definitely come along for that too.
All right, that's a lot of great stuff, guys. Halfway through, so now we're gonna go on with law-related affairs.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gabrielle. I'm a senior majoring, well, I did major in psychology. I graduated last year, and now I'm getting my master's degree in public health and hopefully going to health law. So we are the law-related directors, and we kind of just set up a bunch of different opportunities for people to just learn about the pre-law track and start to get familiar with the application process and get to know some of the law schools through info sessions. And our first event is September 3rd at 5:15 at the Plaza. Basically, it's just navigating the pre-law track if you're new here or you just want to learn more about how to go about it. That's what we're going to be talking about. And we're going to have a little presentation, maybe some snacks. So it'll be super fun. And now I'm going to hand it off to my co-director, Riley.
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm a sophomore. I'm the other law-related director. And for our second event for September, we're working on getting an info session organized with a law school. So you can ask any questions you have and learn a little bit about a specific law school. So we'll send more info out in the group me once that's confirmed.
Great. Mentor mentee.
Hi, I'm Mahima and I'm the mentor mentee director, and I was also a co-director last year. And so our first meeting is going to be just general information on what the program is, and we're going to pair whoever joins with law school students and just work on having those pairings so you guys can get one-on-one time with your mentors.
Hi, my name is Madison, and I'm also the co-director for Mentor Mentee. This is my second year in PLHS and first year as a Mentor Mentee director. The second meeting at the end of September focuses on the REAL goals development. REAL stands for relevant, experimental, aspirational, and learning-based semesterly planning. And the timing is great because it's right at the beginning of the start of the new fall semester, but it really gives you time to really get acclimated with the university before you really explore some more options.
All right, now on to mock trial.
Hi, everybody. My name is Laylina. I am a senior, but I joined PLHS in the spring of my freshman year. It's my first year as a director. Super excited for this year for mock trial. We have our interest meeting tomorrow at 7 p.m. and that will be over Zoom on this Zoom link. We will go over everything about how mock trial works and our mock trial programs. We have two programs, the competitive and the in-house, depending on your comfortability with doing mock trial. We'll go over that and we'll go over tryouts, and that's tomorrow at 7 p.m. And I'll pass it to my co-director, Trisha.
Hey guys, so yeah, I'm the other co-director. I started the very fall of my freshman year, and this is my second year as a director, second year as a mock trial director. We have an interest form that I'll send the link for in our own mock trial group me just to gauge interest, and I'll send the links for that in the chat. And follow our Instagram at UF/PLHS mock trial.
Thank you guys so much. Very excited for mock trial to get going. But now we'll hear from public relations.
Hi, I'm Sophie Michaelis. I'm one of your public relations directors. I'm a sophomore. I joined PLHS in the fall of my freshman year, so this is my first time being a director alongside Neelam, who will explain a little bit more about what we do.
Hi, my name is Neelam. It's also my first year being a director. I'm a senior and I joined PLHS the fall of my freshman year as well. Sophie and I will be running both the PLHS and UF PLHS mock Instagram this year, and we plan to make a lot of changes to our social media presence. That being said, we encourage all new members to give us a follow on both Instagram and our LinkedIn. We're trying to make our presence known on LinkedIn, especially with all of these cool speakers. We want them to be interacting with our LinkedIn. It's a professional platform. So we're really looking to do that this semester. If you have any questions or are looking for more information, GroupMe and Instagram are both great sources for that. Make sure to hype our Instagram up and feel free to DM us if you have any comments or suggestions.
Thank you guys. Very excited to see the revamped social media. And now we'll hear from special events.
Hi, everyone. I'm one of your special events directors. My name is Mariana Mejia. I'm a senior now, and I joined PLHS right when I transferred here from Fordham University. So, like Megan said, like it really is never too late to get started. This is my second year as special events director. I really feel like I've learned a lot last year, so I'm excited to make our events even better this year. The first one that we have coming up is the fall retreat. We're working really hard, me and Jane Lee, she's my awesome co-director, to make sure it's going to be a great retreat. We're trying to plan something really fun so all the new members can get to know our older members and just get to know each other and what we're all interested in. So be on the lookout for more information because that will be coming up soon. And I'll pass the mic to my co-director.
Hey everyone, so my name is Jane Lee and I am the second of your special events directors this year. I'm a second year and I've been in PLHS since the beginning of my freshman fall. Essentially our position involves coordinating like our various events, like for example, which he had mentioned, the banquet, as well as Law in the Swamp, which is later on in the spring semester, and you guys will get to see that and interact with some of the local law schools as well as like some out of the state, which is really nice. You get to meet some of their admissions people and get some like resumes set in with them. But yeah, we also are in charge of the banquet, which is essentially like we hold one every semester and we all get together. It's very nice. We all dress up nice. We have some catering done from like one of the local restaurants, and it's a good time. We get some awards, so we hope to see you there and to make it a fun time and maybe try something new that we've never tried before.
All right, you guys heard it here. So many of our directors have so many amazing events planned out just for September. So you guys have your preview of what our directors are like, how they're on their A game. Do you want to make sure that you guys are learning a lot about pre-law, but also having fun while doing so. So honestly, a lot of great things happening. And with that being said, as I mentioned earlier, at the beginning of the meeting, now we're going to turn the floor to you guys. So for anyone who has a question, please ask. You can either raise your hand with the icon on Zoom, you can ask it through the chat. And if you want to direct it to anyone specifically, such as any of the e-board members or perhaps some of our directors, please feel free to do so. Victoria.
So I applied to like the shadowing internship program at like Student Legal Services. So I was just wondering if like anyone had experience with that and like what like happens with it.
Hi. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I work there, so I can tell you a little bit about it. But if Madison, you want to go, you definitely you can.
Yeah, I also work there. I have had no problem balancing it, especially since the shadowing really builds off of your schedule. So you give them a call and pick your hours with it. And once you know the schedule for PLHS, because it's on our the Google Calendar, you can kind of tailor it to around your schedule. So I've had no problems. The people there have been super nice and super flexible, as long as you communicate. But yeah, it's been great. You basically just sit in on their meetings after you fill out the confidentiality paperwork, which you should have done after the interview. And you just listen to the type of case that they're doing, but you aren't doing any of the paperwork yourself.
I will say it's a great time to call right now because the office is really busy. I'm like the legal assistant that sits in the front. So I'm the one that like helps you schedule your appointments. Also, if any of y'all are shadows or thinking about it, you automatically get into the shadowing program when you apply. So I highly suggest it because it's a great way to like learn more about law without like actually having to like put in a lot of effort.
All right, so I guess some people are, oh, never mind. So Reagan asks, is there a link available for more information on the shadowing program? Yeah, I believe if Neelam wants to talk more about that.
Yeah, if you go on Student Legal Services website, and you click, I believe it's the top right-hand corner, it says apply for services. And it'll redirect you to a page asking you which type of service. You're obviously not requesting legal service, but that's where you would go to submit your resume and like why you want the position. Otherwise, you can probably just call the office if you have any issues with that. But it's on their website. The application's on their website.
Also, if you're in PLHS and you just applied, we are scheduling 2 weeks out right now, but if you send me a DM, I'll make sure your interview gets priority.
All right, another question in the chat was, can you still join mock trial if you missed the information session? I believe you can, but I would love to have our mock trial directors talk about it.
Yeah, so you can definitely still join after if you miss the information session, we will record it and we will send that out. So you will still have the information, but we highly recommend that you come tomorrow because we will go over tryout information. So if you're interested in joining our competitive team, you'll be like first to find out about what the tryouts are going to look like and when they are, and you'll be able to sign up right then versus needing to sign up later.
And then another question was Bianca asking, is there a 2024-2025 group me? And Madison thankfully sent the link in the group chat, but also we have it posted on a bunch of our social media platforms. So you can always go there if by any chance you accidentally leave the group chat or you need to send it to another friend who's interested in PLHS. Then Megan asked, I'm worried about getting 40 points. Is it a big time commitment? So I can answer this one. 40 points, if you do the math, that is about 8 GBMs. Again, you can go to maybe 5 GBMs and go to several of our other events as well. 40 points is a lot easier than what you guys might think, especially because as you heard from our director duos, we have 20 events just from directors this upcoming month. So that plus our GBMs, as well as some other events we may have throughout the September, it's a lot of like opportunities you get to become an active member by the end of September, even if you go to all those events. Again, you don't have to attend every single one, but I'm sure that you guys can meet that 40-point requirement. You can even go beyond it and become an active member by October, November.
Yeah, to add on that, like I've gotten that question from a lot of people, like, oh, is it too late to join? Like, is it a big time commitment? I'm really busy. I have a lot going on. It's really not a lot of points, and like you get them super quickly. It is really what you make it. You can be as involved as you want, or you can be as little as you want. And come to the events, especially the in-person ones. There's online ones for there to be more access and like for you guys to be able to come and get those points if you're not on campus. But coming in person, you get to meet all the other members and make connections, make friends, learn about other opportunities that other people are involved in, learn about different areas that people are interested in. It's really a great opportunity. So try to come to as many things as possible.
Another question in the chat was, are there any requirements besides paying the dues for joining for new members? So essentially the only requirement is that oh, well, I can hand it off to Michaela.
Okay, yeah, so I mentioned it earlier in the meeting. The requirements to be considered or like to join PLHS is to pay your dues. And once you have done that, to attend at least 3 GBMs and to also earn those 40 points if you are a member and then 60 points if you are a director. So it's not a lot, but it can definitely get really tricky to earn those points even towards the end of the semester, but we always like send out other opportunities for you guys to earn those last minute points.
Yeah, and just a reminder that the deadline for dues is our third GBM, which I believe is September 25th. So you don't have to pay right at this moment. You can think about it, go to some more events, and really get a grasp for what PLHS is about. And then when that third GBM comes, you can pay those dues, either through Venmo or through the Zelle. Another question we got is mock trial related, and it is, do we have to apply and get accepted into the in-house team, or can we just join?
So you don't have to apply to be on the in-house team. That is just if you want to come and be sorted in, Laylina is going to be in charge of that. Only thing you have to do is try out for the comp team if you want to do that.
Another question is if anyone is currently working at firms or know of any open law clerk positions. I've been working as a clerk in Orlando, said Ava. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people, PLHS e-board as well as directors can maybe attest to like talking about law firm positions as well as clerkships. So in my case, I currently intern at Meldon Law in near the downtown area of Gainesville. And how I came across it is actually kind of funny. So as I mentioned, with some of our director events, we do host events with law firms, courts in the Gainesville area, as well as officials from all over the country. And some of them are very interested in having students do programs with them, whether it's internships or fellowships. And one of those events was with Meldon Law. And my spring semester of junior year, I remembered that, well, I didn't remember, I realized that I should get an internship for the summer in order to build up my resume for application season in this semester for law schools. So I decided, why not try my hand at Meldon Law? And what you may have heard from some people, cold calling is not something that you should look down upon. It's actually a great tool that you guys can use. So one afternoon, I actually just called the law firm directly and asked for one of the attorneys who was at our information session that we had with Meldon Law. I got to talk to them. It was a really good conversation. And then for 2 weeks, it was back and forth. They got to know me. They got to remember who I was from our meeting with, PLHS. And eventually I got the internship and it was really good. I'm still working there now and I'm planning to work until I graduate. So things like that networking aspect is amazing. And that's what PLHS does for a lot of our members. And really just going to those meetings and having those attorneys, those people in the legal field get to know you can be very useful down the line, especially because that information session we had with Meldon Law was months before I even decided to give a cold call. So again, even if you don't think it might be, that useful now, potentially if you're a freshman or a sophomore who isn't really looking at internships at this moment, it could still be a good source, like point of contact to have later down the line when you guys start thinking about your resumes and applying to law schools.
I also have a tip on that. If you're looking to get involved in like, that law is what you want to do, but also you just want to be interested in whatever you're doing, it's good to maybe not try so hard to, I have to do something law related. Like what I did when I was a sophomore and realized I wanted to do something within the law was I started looking into community service organizations that I really felt passionate about. And that was how I found Peaceful Paths. And they just happened to have a legal team who took me in and I got to intern with them and see everything that they do and all the people that they get to help, which I thought was awesome. And you guys will get to hear about at our next GBM. So things like that, like, and I'm still in contact with them. Like networking is great. Like even if, like Anthony said, like give a cold call, give a cold email, like just do it. It's great. And when you go to the events, like you meet other people, find other opportunities that they've done. So this is just a few, like this is just hitting the nail on the head, like just like the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, and actually I forgot to add on too is that with these internships that you guys look for, and get connected through PLHS, a lot of them are paid as well. I don't want to say a lot, but you get a really good chance of getting a paid internship with these law firms. Because funny enough, when you ask these attorneys, when you ask these individuals in those law firms, they almost always say that interns should be paid. Interns do a lot of work for the law firm. A lot of that work is valuable. Sometimes we see on the internet or social media that it's just paperwork, it's just simple tasks that attorneys don't want to do. But realistically, that work is still very important. And a lot of lawyers are happy to pay their interns.
And I see a lot of question answering going on in the chat. So if anyone wants to like speak up and answer questions now, you can.
I see a question from Miranda, and I feel like I can hop on and answer this one because I've had an internship each summer since my sophomore year. And it does depend on the firm. It depends on the type of firm that you're working for. It depends on your bosses, but I think a lot of it is really valuable because it can be a lot of paperwork, but it also can be something interesting, like listening in on deposition or helping the attorneys with legal documents. So although necessarily you're not completely deep into the legal work, it's really interesting to hear how the attorneys work and just see it from a firsthand experience. So if you have any other questions, feel free to just put them in the chat and I can explain more.
And then also just want to reiterate for those who may be a little too shy to ask their questions about specific topics, please feel free to reach out to any of us, whether it's on e-board or directors. They're happy to answer those questions. Again, they want to help you guys as much as they can, whether it's related to their events, pre-law, or just maybe even getting acclimated to UF if you're a freshman or a transfer student. So please don't be scared to reach out.
Yeah, also adding on to that, I know a lot of you have asked about kind of like legal interns and stuff like that. And I'm sure, you know, some of you might be wanting to go to law school but aren't necessarily like a poli-sci major or crim major, or you're kind of worried about finding internships that are kind of in that legal field. And it is totally okay to also do other internships and build experience, especially, you know, if there's other things related to law that you want to do. So for example, I want to go into like censorship law, and so a lot of my internships have actually been at like advertising agencies and magazines. So you know, learning a lot about kind of their writing about search engine optimization, that stuff, and that also kind of helps you build that knowledge if you're looking to go into a specific field and you want to learn a little bit more about it that's not necessarily like that legal aspect of it. So if anybody has questions about other types of internships, feel free to ask me. I've done, you know, a couple of them, like I said, that aren't necessarily law related. Okay, so for anybody who's new here, anybody who's returning, after every GBM and also at a lot of your or actually all of the events that you'll attend, you'll have an attendance form. So I'm gonna send that now in the chat. So please make sure that you guys fill that out so that you get your 5 points for today's meeting. If you guys ever you know, forget to do it, if you could just send me proof, you know, that could either be like a screenshot or just, you know, mention something that we talked about in the meeting. Feel free to reach out to me. My contact information, I believe, is on the form. Oh, give me 1 second to see if I can get it unlocked.
Also, while she's working on that, I want to reiterate that cold calling or cold emailing different law firms around Gainesville or just anywhere in general really does help. I had an internship last summer at an immigration law firm, and they weren't advertising that they were looking for an intern or anything, but I reached out and I was interning there for about 2 months or like during the whole summer. So don't be afraid to reach out to lawyers. And if they don't answer the first time, they may have been busy and missed your email. So you can always just follow up or call the office. And if they respond, sometimes they'll be like, we're not looking for an intern right now, or we'll let you know when we have an open spot. So it's not a no, but a redirection. So just don't give up, and there's always other opportunities out there if you are looking for them.
I see that I'm getting a couple of responses. I sent out a message saying that if you guys have any sort of preferences on the law schools that we do bring in to host for a law-related event for a virtual info session, they love doing them actually. It's kind of their way to kind of reach out to like the potential candidates and share what they have to offer and share their stats and how to apply. So I definitely appreciate the suggestions. And if you guys have any questions at all about it, then again, you can reach out to Riley or myself, or honestly, just hop on the Zoom right now and talk about it.
Also regarding the attendance, it is working now. And when you guys put in your emails, you'll get added to a listserv. So if you ever miss a meeting or if you want to kind of recap what we had talked about, there'll be an email a couple of days after the GBM of the meeting minutes. So you guys will be able to refer to those if you ever need them.
So with that being said, thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight to go on our GBM and hear a lot about PLHS and each of our e-board members as well as our directors. Once you fill out the attendance form, you're free to go. And hopefully we see you guys at a lot of our amazing events this semester, as well as our next couple of GBMs.
E-board will also be staying on for a few minutes if you have any questions, but you are free to go.